Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. I am John Halcyon. This is a daily practice of gratitude and connection and setting our sails for who we want to be today. Been having some up and down internet, so yesterday seemed to be real slow. It's been up and down this morning, so we'll see. We'll give this a try. We'll give it a look-see. And let's see if the Restream chat will work today. Looks like it is. All right, we're off to a good start. I'd love to hear what you're grateful for. I am grateful for a blustery, overcast day in San Diego, California. Enjoying the gray sky. Good morning, Gerbat. I'm grateful that I got to spend a big portion of the day yesterday in Solana Beach, and I got to have an incredible massage. Crossed paths with this incredible massage therapist over a couple times over the last few years at retreats, and I actually never got a massage from them, but everybody that left the room was like, whoa, that was the best. And so this year for Christmas, I booked a day of massages with this guy and gave massages to my parents and my brother and my sister-in-law. And so it felt awesome to get an awesome massage yesterday and know that everyone in my family got some healing touch yesterday. So I'm grateful for Billy and his good vibes, magic touch, strong hands. Good morning, Esther. Good morning, Juan. Good morning, John. Good morning, everyone. What are you grateful for? In this moment, I am feeling quite well. I was in poor spirits when I woke up earlier today. I got a little scared about a little scratch in my throat. So I went back to sleep and just woke up. My beloved Lisa has been quite sick for over a week now. And so I'm trying to keep my distance, but also and hoping that I'm past the danger zone of getting sick, but always a little fearful. So grateful. So far I'm feeling good, and grateful that in this moment I'm feeling well. I've had lots of opportunities and things, whether it's the news of friends or the news of the world or the news of the country that has given me plenty of opportunities lately to be bummed out. But in this very moment, I am full of cheer. Good morning, Alexandra. Grateful for the possibility of snow magic today. All right. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get snow in San Diego, but still enjoying the pre-storm weather. We're expected to get rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday down here. Amy is grateful for a swift response from OU's HR department. My FMLA has been extended to the full 12 weeks allowed by the federal government. Beautiful. Congrats. Enjoy those 12 weeks. I'm grateful for all of the outpouring of love and support that I've got to witness from friends of Giannis. We had a meeting yesterday, people trying to organize what we're going to do for a memorial. And I'm also on a few text threads where people have been sharing pictures and thoughts and people just stepping up and offering to do things. And it's just, it's wonderful to see how loved he is. Whoa, John. John says, grateful for starting a 10-day Vipassana tomorrow. That whoa came out a little loud, but I am impressed. I wish you so much peace and growth and introspection or clarity or nothingness or beginning again of your experience. Bravo. I'm impressed. I once signed up for Vipassana. Actually, I signed up for Vipassana almost like about a year and a half ago. No, 2.5 years ago. Wait, no, a year and a half ago. And I decided that I wasn't up for it and instead went to Mammoth and then left Mammoth to go to a family retreat where I met Lisa. So my avoidance of Vipassana actually led me to where I was supposed to be. Maybe someday. Most of the people that I respect the most credit Vipassana retreats, 10-day silent meditations, as among the most powerful and important experiences of their lives. So I'm eager to hear how it goes for you. Gerbot is grateful to have quickly recovered from a minor back injury last week. Ooh, nice. Anytime you can put minor in front of a back injury, that's a good thing. Good morning, Esta. Esta says, I'm grateful for a lazy morning, comfortably dry, warm and cozy on a rainy day. Ooh, you got rain? Maybe we'll get rain. Maybe I'll get a fire in the fireplace. Maybe that's what this day requires, some laziness. Good morning, Tara. Tara says, I am grateful for forgiveness of myself and others, feeling free. Maybe we can all try to practice a little bit of that today. Forgiveness of ourselves and others. Is it possible that everyone's doing the best they can with what they got in that moment? And if so, can we forgive them? Doesn't mean we let them in to make the same injuries to us. It means we don't hold on to the anger and try to understand that they did the best they could, and now I will set up boundaries to protect myself. And with ourselves, is it possible that we too did the best we could with what we got in that moment? With our traumas and our insecurities and our fears, all of our humanness? Is it possible that when you know better, you do better? Well, thank you for that role modeling. Forgiveness is such a, I told myself I wasn't going to talk about current events. I'm not going to talk about current events, but I'm going to talk about forgiveness as it comes, as I see it in our neighborhoods and our country, that I see some people holding on to their anger towards fellow citizens, so much so that they're living in a state of upset, and that anger is being directed towards fellow citizens for their votes, and I think there's a much more productive use of our energies to try to forgive people that you think did the wrong thing, and instead focus on what should be the focus of your energy, your upset, your action in this moment. And perhaps the people that you're angry at could become your future collaborators, could become your future brethren. But that becomes difficult if you cannot forgive. You know, we are in a time where I think there's plenty of things to be upset at, and we need to be very aware that powers that be and power structures are so motivated and so insidious and have so many of the tools and technologies to get us angry at one another. And in that state of anger at one another, we are so susceptible to manipulation. So I'm not saying don't be angry. I'm saying maybe check in and see where your anger is. The person who thought that their eggs would be cheaper may not be a Nazi. Maybe they need to be forgiven for what they thought was the right thing in the time. And maybe together we can, you know what, I just got like a flash of stop talking about political things. So I will stop mid-thought and say, I'm grateful for my ability to think and change my mind and ponder and listen. So, good morning, Hope. Hope says, I so needed this gathering today. Well, I'm glad that you could be a part of it. Thanks for adding your good energy to this love morning. Juan says, I'm grateful for feeling overwhelmed with my small problems and knowing that they are actually small. Did I tell you that I ordered a t-shirt that says, I love my problems? And on the back it says, gratitude enthusiast. Now that I think about it, it should say Hug Nation on the back. I love my problems, Hug Nation. Well, that's the fun thing about making my own t-shirts. I can get another one made. Amy says, compassion will change hearts and minds, not anger. And I think anger is a powerful tool, but it can also blind us and make us easy to manipulate. You know, the reality. I'm rereading this great book called The Black Box of Doom, I think it is. And there's this, it's a fiction book, but this one character talks about, like, you know, our lives are really amazing compared to anything in history. The comfort, the pleasure available to us at this time in history is exponentially greater than any other time in history. And yet most of us have a story of how life sucks. And that's because of the black box of doom, because of the internet, because of these media things that are constantly telling us, giving us a narrative of being wronged. And so while we live in an opulence and perks and temperature controlled homes and fresh food from around the world and all these, and safety in so many ways, that we are not happy. We are, depressed at a level never before seen. And it's from that place of thinking everything is wrong that you then, a leader can say, they did this to us. It's their fault that things suck so much. And then you go, yeah. And it works. It's worked throughout history, and it's working on us right now. Hope says, some dear friends have been posting ultimatums on their socials. Unfriend me if ... And it breaks my heart. I care about these people beyond their beliefs and would have hoped they could have afforded me the same compassion. I've seen that too, and I have the same feeling. Like someone says, like if you're one of my friends or family and you voted for Trump, you're not my friends and family. I saw that post. Now, I did not vote for Trump, but I wonder what is the desired outcome of that mindset. I don't know. It doesn't feel like that is that doesn't feel like a path forward. It feels like that's a path towards civil war. If you've got something that you're grateful for, please do let us know. I did have I actually this morning, I removed some of my YouTube videos that used the word, used the president's name in the title, which is a pretty frightening idea that I had dinner with someone and they said like, you've been pretty outspoken. Like you know, we were having a similar conversation. I said, you know, that life is, I understand that there's plenty to be upset about. And, you know, there's plenty to be, like, I think I could find a way to be happy. Now, understand I have massive privilege. That's part of this equation. I understand that. And I don't, and this is in the view of saying, I don't know exactly what actions I could take besides voting, contacting representatives, being open to and working on different charities that might aid populations that get mistreated by the system. But I'm not in a space where I'm not willing to be in rebellion. So from that place, I do want to find a way to enjoy my life with whatever power structure that I'm living in. And my friend was like, well, you've been pretty outspoken. So, I mean, hopefully, assuming that you don't get persecuted for your beliefs. And I was like, oh, shit. I mean, I always figure there's people that, like, when I am speaking about politics, I tend to feel like I'm trying to be accepting of all sides, even though, but when it comes right down to it, someone could do a search on certain terms and go, oh, this guy is a dissident. And I am not proud to admit that I took down a couple of videos this morning. Anywho, Juan says, have you ever made a hug spot on the ground with chalk? I need to try this. Juan sent me a cool video of someone that made a circle on a sidewalk and wrote hug spot, and then had a camera going, and most people crossed by, but a few people started taking advantage of the hug spot. I have not done that. I have done free hugs, and I have participated in funny walk zones at Burning Man when that's designated on the ground. Any other last gratitudes to share before we head off into the day? I am grateful as things are coming together for putting together a memorial for Giannis, and I'm going to be co-hosting a Zoom kind of coming together this week, and then a live getting together in a few weeks. So grateful for the community coming together and the opportunity to grieve and celebrate. I am grateful for my family, for my mom and dad and my brother. I got to see them all yesterday. And just so grateful that they are close and that I get to see them. My mom sent me home with these Asian pears that her doctor said are helpful for cough. And so she sent it home with me to give to Lisa, which I just thought was just the sweetest thing. And I am grateful for this practice. This morning I was feeling that maybe I would just skip it and sleep in. And for just so you know, if there are days it's going to get to be 9:05 and I'm still not live, and there's a good chance that maybe I didn't make it. Either I was out of town, or I decided that I was sick and I wanted to sleep, or whatever reason. Like this practice is joyful for me because it is by choice. Same with the noon gratitude circles in Zoom, which you're always invited to. And if I'm not there, then Tal Paul will usually lead it for me. And that keeps it so that it is a joyful practice. It is not an obligation. It's not a job. It is not something I have to do. So I appreciate the choice that we get to make by coming here. And I do enjoy, not the obligation, but the boy, I'm thinking slowly today. If it was just me, I would not have come here today. But because I know that Juan and Hope and Esta and Tara and John and Gerbat and Amy and whoever else is still here, that you might join me today, it is a little nudge towards, why don't you do your practices today, John? Do your practices. Okay. Well, my practice is gratitude and connection. And as a baseline for the day, to have some gratitude and connection, I feel better. So thank you for that incentive to go towards what is good. Thank you, Chris. Chris says, grateful for your words. You're grateful for your thought-provoking words. I'm stewing in a little hesitancy and fearfulness, like the fact that I admitted taking down some videos, and the fact that I'm really, I told myself this morning, don't talk about politics, and then I did. So clearly I'm still, and I didn't talk about politics. I talked about citizenship. That's what I was talking about. Talking about community and citizenship and fellowship of country people, your fellow humans. And I guess I have to continue doing that. Not have to, like I don't know what else. I guess here's where I was having a inside, because there is a fear voice that says, things are scary out there. Do not say things loudly that will get you in trouble. Then there's another voice in me, the love part, that says, you need to speak the truth. You need to speak what your heart says, no matter what. And I guess I will continue, working with those two voices and figuring out the way forward that allows me to live in integrity while also living in peace. Tara says, you are forgiven. Thank you. John says, grateful you came today. Thank you, John. Kiri says, morning, brother. I am grateful to know you. Today is day 3 of my self-love challenge. The theme is to turn acts of service inward. What is one act of service you can do for yourself today? Ooh. Well, yesterday I got an amazing massage that was very painful, but it's what my body needed. It's like one of those good for you, deep massages. So I think I can do some body self-care today. That would be a good idea, to do some stretch and exercising on this body that's tenderized from yesterday. I think I could forgive myself for this wavering of of outspokenness that I was feeling this morning. And maybe my self-love today will be to, I had a half cup of coffee this morning, so maybe my self-love will be no more coffee today and let my body rest more. That's a tough one, but I will think more about it. Thank you, Kiri. I love that challenge. Juan saying that Burning Man tickets go on sale tomorrow. You must register today. Oh, this is maybe a topic for another time, but I am not registered. At this moment, up until this moment, I have not felt the call to go to Burning Man. So I have made no plans, not registered. That will be a very interesting year if this is the first year in 27 minus COVID that I don't go. But we'll see. It's still time. Michelle says, thankful for friends like Alexandra who check in on me. Yeah, I think that practice is, I've been doing a lot more of that lately. In fact, I just on a whim left some voice messages for my nephews, and they responded nicely, but then I heard from my brother like how much they appreciated it, and it made me realize that's something I want to do more of, is just leave voice messages for people, with no expectation of a response, just letting them know I care and that I love them. So since you're here right now, I'll let you know I care about you and I love you. And I know that you're probably going through some stuff that's hard, and way to go. Good job. That's what it is to be human, is to have some stuff that's hard and some stuff that's amazing. And to maybe, one last thing I'll share, which is kind of something that was happening in my coaching call with one of my clients this weekend. They're going through something really tough. And the beginning of the call, I kind of got into masculine fix-it mode, and I was saying, well, have you looked at, could you do this thing to improve your situation? Well, what if you said it like this? And what did you, and then I was like, and the more we talked, I was like, I kind of caught myself going, oh, like, let's change this direction. You're going through something that is difficult, and it looks like you don't have a choice in this matter. So let's start with the assumption that this is the challenge that you have today and for the next few weeks. So now the question is a man, but what kind of man do you want to be in this situation? How do you want to show up as a man? How can you show up in a way that you're proud of yourself? Because you can't control the situation. We've just tried to attack it in all these ways. You can't control it. You can't change it. So that is the situation. How can you show up so that you go to bed at night going, no matter what happens, you go, I showed up as a man, which doesn't mean like push yourself to the point of injury, or push yourself to the point of breaking an agreement to yourself or a boundary. It means pushing yourself to a point where you go like, that's my edge. That's the most that I can bring to this situation. That's the most. This is a situation when I need to speak up. This is a situation when I need to protect the people that are working for me. This is a situation where I need to say the hard thing, or this is a situation when I need to not say the thing because it's not going to help and it's going to make that person feel bad, whatever. But like the decision being, how can I show up to be the person that I want to be in the world? And that you can apply that to anything. And then you can live a life of a love ambassador and just keep checking in with, am I being that person in whatever the tasks, the challenges, the relationships that I have in my day? And then keep adding to that or refining that as you learn, and forgiving yourself. Oops, actually I think I got a little scared. I didn't speak up when I should have. Okay, cool. I'm aware of it. Now I'm constantly adjusting so I can I'm in the direction of being the person that I want to be. And I should say that if you want to get together in person, I have something on the calendar. I think it's May 15th. I'm going to be in Santa Barbara with a men's group, which that's going to be part of the conversation is, what does it take to be proud of yourself as a man today? And I'm using the term man because that is how I identify. But I assume that you can apply these words to whatever label works for you. Whatever you feel you are, how can you be proud of being that? All right. Oh. All right. Gerbot is grateful for this practice. It helps keep me balanced in the crazy, scary world we're living through. Kiri says, I'm going to declutter my closet and cook a healthy meal. Nice. Ooh, Steve is in Kauai. Good morning. Enjoy yourself. Jonathan, yeah, it's tough. I will say it is a tough time to speak opinions in public places. Kiri says, is your attendance at Burning Man going to join the 27 Club this year? I think that's the right number. Good morning to you in Australia, Mingle. Good morning. Kiri says, I am grateful to be loved master. I love you too, Mingle. Well, what a treat. Oh, did I say, let me, yeah, it's March. My men's group is March 15th, correct. Saturday, March 15th, which is tough. Like I've got things happening all through March, and got an event March 1, March 8, March 15th. The 15th is the one that is public and open. And we're trying to schedule this memorial for Giannis. So it's like, it's going to be an interesting March for me. Thank you, Tara. You're right. March. Although my birthday is May 28th, which is also my anniversary with Lisa. Oh, one sec. I want to show you what one of the things I got Lisa for Valentine's Day. It's a Lovebird Landing mug. All right, Mingle's saying hello from the future. Excellent. I'm so glad the future is bright. Well, with that, wherever you are, would you join me for a hug? Give yourself a big squeeze, appreciating your body, your health, the constantly healing system that we are so graced to be alive in. Grateful for connection, grateful for self-care, grateful for forgiveness. Let's recognize that everyone we meet is so much more like this than we are different. And that if we can recognize how much we overlap, we can forgive ourselves and forgive them for all the places that we get off track and fall into feelings of separateness. So let's take a deep breath in and squeeze one another. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and everybody here, thanks for being here. I love you. Have a beautiful day. Thank you, Esta. Thank you, Gerbot. Thank you, Juan. All right, Carrie says, Sean and Buster made it to Hawaii. Awesome. Good to hear. Thank you, Emma. Happy Tuesday, everyone. I love you.